We're going to get started. Brother Steve's going to lead us in the invocation. Thank you.
You bet. I want to thank you for being here and taking the time to remember. One of the things I'm most concerned about in our communities is the fact that sometimes these events, historical events in our country, are not being communicated and taught enough. And your presence here means a lot for us as a community, for us as a nation, to remind ourselves of how important it is that we maintain the freedoms that we have in the government system that we have. So pray with me. Father God, we thank you because of your goodness to us. You are a God that loves us and has provided bountifully for us because of the great things that our nation has done, being founded upon the Judeo-Christian principles that we live by and that you honor and that you bless. We thank you that we have the freedoms that we do and the privilege to voice opinions of all different perspectives, and yet to continue to love each other and work with each other and serve our communities. Thank you for the first responders and the sacrifices they make on a daily basis, and especially for these that we remember from 9/11 that paid the ultimate sacrifice in laying down their lives for people they didn't even know. And we pray for their families that continue to survive and to continue to have the scars and memories to live with, that you would comfort them and encourage them and provide for them. And may we never forget what they sacrificed. May we never forget the cost of the freedoms that we have. But we still give you praise and the blessings for all that we have, and ask you to continue to watch over these first responders that are represented here for our city and others like it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Precinct out! Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and welcome again. I think it'd be best if I introduced the council members that's here this morning. Our Honorable Mayor Tammy Dana Bashan, Blake Margolis, see Brownie Sherrill, Matt Gorbachev, Debbie Bobbitt. She was hiding over there behind Jake. I couldn't see her. We appreciate y'all being here this morning. I'd like to ask the mayor to come up and say a few words. Oh, Miss Bell, I apologize.
Where do I push?
Black piece there.
This one? Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Few events in our nation's history evoke as many emotions as the terror attacks of September 11th, 2001. It is fitting that we should gather and remember those who sacrificed their lives for others 17 years ago today. Respectfully, we honor all of those who have died on that day as we remember the public servants who gave everything without hesitation or trepidation of the situation they faced. The 343 white crosses arranged in front of this fire station represent the lives of each of the brave firefighters who, without regard for their own lives, climbed the many stairs of the Twin Towers to face uncertainty of their own rescue, just to rescue others in need. The men and women of public safety across our great nation, including here in Rowlett, are dedicated, selfless heroes who represent the best in our community. We owe our firefighters and police officers a debt of gratitude on this day and every day as they unselfishly do the job of caring, protecting, and assisting us at all times, and especially during disasters and emergencies. Today, we remember well the sacrifice that was made on 9/11 and pledge that we will not forget this day, nor any day that follows, the heroes who gave their lives in performance of their duty. For they boldly looked in the face of fear and met it with great determination and unwavering will to bring help and relief to the souls on that day. And for that, may we be eternally grateful. God bless the families of all of those who perished on that day, as well as all our departed police officers and firefighters, and may we continue to be ever mindful of their sacrifice as we go through this day of remembrance and memorial.
I'd like to share with you something I found today that's very appropriate for this occasion. Author unknown. On this day, 17 years ago, 246 people went to sleep in preparation for their morning flights. 2,606 people went to sleep in preparation for work in the morning tomorrow. 343 firefighters went to sleep in preparation for their morning shift. 60 police officers went to sleep in preparation for morning patrol. 8 paramedics went to sleep in preparation for the morning shift of saving lives. None of them saw past 10 a.m. September the 11th, 2001. In one single moment, life may never be the same. As you live and enjoy the breaths you take today and tonight before you go to sleep in preparation for your life tomorrow, kiss the ones you love, snuggle a little tighter, and never take 1 second of your life for granted. There's always some good that comes out of bad, and I want to share that some good that Rowlett got out of the 9/11 attacks was that the federal government mandated interoperable radio systems come forth in the future, because that 9/11 event was a total disaster in regards to the public safety officers being able to talk to each other. Rowlett this year, we put it in place midsummer last year into the early part of this year. We now have an interoperable radio system that our council paid for, and we're blessed to have that, and it's going to make all of us safer. Thank you.
Good morning again, everyone. On behalf of the Rowlett Fire Department, Police Department, and the entire law enforcement of the United States, we welcome you to the 17th anniversary of what was one of the darkest days in U.S. history, where more than 3,000 innocent people were killed by pure madness of terrorist acts. At 8:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the first plane hit the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. The call went out to our brothers and sisters of the New York Fire Department, the New York Police Department, the Port Authority, to respond to what, for 72 law enforcement officers, 343 firefighters, would be the day that they made the ultimate sacrifice. Of those that had perished that day, only 291 of them were found fully intact. Some 21,900 remains were found. 1,717 families never received a trace of their loved ones. That's pretty staggering numbers when you think about it. They're still waiting today for those people to have something to hold on to. Today's ceremony is a tribute to all those that lost their lives on that terrible day. Though it's been 17 years since that tragic day, it burns in our hearts as if it was yesterday. We have vowed to never forget the events that unfolded on September 11, 2001, nor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. We must continue to remember this day and these firefighters who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Once again, thank you for being here. I got something else to share with the group this morning. We had a kind of a special thing happen. We had a citizen that has been very involved and had a passion for guns and hoses, which is a fund that helps fallen firefighters and fallen police officers. His name was Leroy Lott. His family's here today and has been at every 9/11 ceremony that we've had in the city. Mr. Lott was a special man. I can say this because I got to meet him at least once and spend some time visiting with him and learning a little bit about his history. The family donated 2 flags that Mr. Lott had acquired through a relationship he had with some members of the New York Port Authority. And those flags, both of those flags have been flown over the 9/11 memorial in New York City, where the World Trade Center is. We are going to proudly display those flags with a plaque in our fire station from going forward, so that everyone will help us let Mr. Lott's legacy live on. And we wanted to thank the family for that. We really appreciate it. This concludes our ceremony today. We really appreciate everyone being here. We appreciate your support. We appreciate our council support, and I apologize for missing some of them. But we really appreciate it. We couldn't be what we are and couldn't serve the citizens if we didn't have supportive administrative staff and council, and we appreciate that. Thank y'all for coming.